guys, it's Lord Botha here with another video, and today we are talking about Ubisoft because it seems that they are finding themselves in even more dire financial constraints than we previously believed, with investors calling for the company to even abandon its current course of being public and actually return to being a privately owned company. Let's take a look at the article. This comes to us from Insider Gaming, stating Ubisoft being pressured to go private as share prices continue to fall. The article states Ubisoft is facing pressure from an investor to take the company private as its shares continue to fall on the London Stock Exchange. Less than a week after shares of Ubisoft fell to a 10-year low due to the reception of Star Wars Outlaws, and that's the interesting thing, they're pretty much admitting, even the shills, that Outlaws is a bust, that it was not received well, that it's going to be a financial failure. They are accepting the fact that this game is just an out-and-out failure, and it's directly linked as the reason why share prices have fell so heavily. An investor in the company is making a public push for the company to be taken private. In a publicly released letter, AJ Investment says that Ubisoft is an undervalued company. The hedge fund says it has concerns about the future of Ubisoft as well as its current management. Quote, Ubisoft at its current state is mismanaged and shareholders are hostages of Guillemot family members and Tencent who take advantage of them. Management is focused on pleasing investors with beating quarterly results, not focusing on long-term strategy to provide exceptional experience for gamers. Our company has extensive knowledge about the gaming industry, and we were long-term shareholders in Activision Blizzard, and we started our company position a couple weeks ago and still adding to it. So what AJ Investments is essentially saying here is that management in this company is completely fucked up. All they're caring about is turning out the next product and the next product and the next product to make more and more money and inflate their numbers for the shareholders. It's all about pleasing the shareholders. It's not actually about creating a good experience for gamers. It's not actually about forming a good long-term strategy and pleasing customers to get a solid reoccurring customer base. They continue by saying the company suggests that the company goes private with Tencent as a significant partner and shareholder. Now, if you don't know anything about how stocks work, basically when a company goes public, that means that anybody in the public can buy shares of the company. You, Joe Schmo, can buy a share of Ubisoft. And what this hedge fund, AJ Investments, is recommending is that they take themselves off of the public market, somebody buy up enough shares to make the company incapable of being a public company. Basically, large conglomerates own all the shares, and that would essentially make the company privately owned, right? That doesn't mean that it has one single owner, but it means that all the shares are owned by other companies or individual entities. And from what it sounds like here, it wants Tencent to be the primary shareholder and basically the private owner of the company. Which is weird because it sounds like they just blame Tencent as one of the leaders of the problem with this company. Or maybe AJ Investments is trying to say that they want to buy out most of the shares and Tencent will remain on as a significant partner. It's a little muddy, that quote. I need to see more context. In addition to that, it, meaning AJ Investments, wants Ubisoft to implement a comprehensive cost reduction program and optimize staffing levels to be more comparable with industry leaders. Damn, so these guys are basically saying, not only do we have to go private, we gotta cut jobs, like a lot of jobs. And we gotta be more like smaller companies that are able to turn out banger games with a lot smaller workforce. They are essentially going full this.
Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps.
They are also quoted as saying this will involve difficult decisions but necessary to ensure long-term viability and competitiveness. That's a kind way of saying we are going to fail if we do not make these changes. They say this while also mention that they are aware of layoffs Ubisoft has made in recent years. They're basically like, yeah, we know we fired a lot of people, but we gotta fire a lot more. Lastly, the fund suggests making management changes, including hiring a new CEO to replace Yves Guillemot. I like how they just throw that in there at the end. Oh yeah, by the way, the guy at the top, he freaking sucks. Get rid of him. It almost sounds like they want a full Elon Musk takes over Twitter kind of situation here. However, I don't think they're going to get this because AJ Investments holds less than 1% share of Ubisoft. So it's not exactly like they're in a board seat position to demand that kind of change. It is fascinating, though, to think of how we got here. How far the mighty juggernaut has fallen. Ubisoft, who used to bang out AAA monster banger games year after year, has fallen so far that their investors have now started to grumble about the possibility of moving into the private sphere. This idea that we need to pull away from public investment so that we can completely reorganize and restructure from the top down, streamline our efficiency as a company, and really work everything over till we can find the magic again, because that's what it sounds like AJ Investments really wants the company to do. And to be honest, looking at some of the games Ubisoft has put out recently, they seem to be the only ones that are holding shares of the company that make any sense. But what are your thoughts on this? Go ahead and leave them in the comments. If you like this video, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, appreciate you watching all of it. We'll talk to you again later.